Alrighty, so I'm going to be packing this, as I said, in the Mini Super Chief, which this is how I pack all of his tobaccos that he sent me. I do use a oyster fork with this stuff because it is, incredibly thick, and everything just sticks to your fingers. Now, there is a way that I measure when I do this, and I will explain that in 2 seconds for you guys. I'm going to try to break this up a little so it's got that fluff pack in it, or it looks like it at least. Now that is a little bit below the rim, as you can see. That's kind of how I measure it. It does need a little more at first. Now, once I have it packed relatively fluffy like I would an Egyptian bowl, I start to move it to the trench. It's a little difficult with how I have the camera set up. But I start to move it slowly, just pack it around tightly around the trench, like so. And when it is when you pack it fluffy at first, it gives you a good estimate, if you pack it like that, on how much is going to fit in the trenches. You know that it's probably going to be very even throughout, so you're not going to have one side that's thicker than another. So that's the first step of it. It's pretty good. Nice and even. Gonna get it under the rim a little bit. And then the next thing I do is I fill the center. Now this stuff does benefit from being packed a little denser. That's why I packed it denser around the trench of the bowl. And then you slowly fill in the middle. Now this does hold a lot of tobacco for a small bowl. And it also, since it's so thicky, you saw those holes in the center, and it tends to plug those up. So I have a specific way that I poke holes in the foil. And you get it all the way up to the rim, just like you would if you were packing a normal Egyptian bowl. As you can see how sticky it is, I have to rub it off on the sides to actually get it off the oyster fork. And that's essentially how you pack it. Nice and simple. I do this because it keeps my bowl a lot cleaner. Since this stuff does take heat very, very well, if a little bit is touching the foil, it's really not that big of an issue. So there's that. We'll pull it up for you guys. I am double wrapping it because I do not buy HD foil. Sometimes I don't like having that thick layer of foil on top. Not sure why my light changed so much. Alright, now with hole patterns, I take a toothpick, I poke one right in the center, and I make sure that it goes all the way through into the holes. Oh, I missed that one. There we go. It's alright if they're big like that, because as I said, the stuff is very sticky and likes to plug the holes. There we go. I do that at first. I wipe it off since there's a lot of juice in there. As you can see, it's sagging a little. That's okay. Then I take my paper clip and I just do circles all the way around. I'm doing this quickly. Normally I do it a lot neater, but you guys will get the idea. This stuff I do tend to poke a lot of holes. I know I've said this 1,000 times, but it's sticky and you need a lot of airflow. And there you have it. That's how you pack all of the Durox and the other type of tobacco he sent me. Yeah, that's it. Nice and simple.